I like sword.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Tips and Tricks. Today we're going to be talking about the Retributionist role in Town of Salem. Now I know what you're thinking, saying, "Oh, Retributionist, it's so boring." Once you use your revival, then it gets boring quickly, and you basically get powerless. So I'm here to tell you a few ways you can use to liven up the role a bit, and hopefully get some of those nasty mafias lynched too. So first I'm going to have a talk to you about a priority list I've set up for when you're a Retributionist on who you should revive. Now, there are reasons for all this, so I'll go through it all. First of all, number one priority is always a jailer. Bringing back jailers is probably the best idea you can possibly have, since they can protect other people with their jailing ability, or protect themselves by jailing the killing roles. If they've still got their executions left, it's probably the best thing to bring back. If they haven't, then you might be better off bringing back something like a bodyguard or a transporter under the idea that the jailer won't be able to kill. However, it's still good if you think the jailer might have known something, like, say, a serial killer killed them in the night, or a werewolf, and they knew that, but they didn't write in the will, so you bring them back and they can confirm whether somebody's bad or good. Right, now the next thing to bring back is sort of a late game only thing, is if the mayor dies, bring them back late game, because they will really help with the voting power to lynch mafia and can turn the tide against an unwinnable situation. Early game, it's not that good, and people will probably kill them again, because if the mayor's already died once, it's very likely they'll die again. Probably because there's no protective roles in your chosen role list, because of the random protectives, or there's just nobody cares. You know, all those random ideas that townies have. Alright, now the third one is a bodyguard. Bodyguard's actually the second best in a neutral situation to bring back, because once they've protected someone and killed someone, they'll get a chance to do it again. They're very good, but people will know who they are, and if they are going to get attacked, they could use their vest, so they can protect themselves as well. So they're probably a very good idea to bring back. Similar for the transporter next. The transporter is able to protect themselves by transporting other people. They also have the possibility of getting mafia to kill another mafia member. Now, this is a very trolly move, and it's very funny, but it's always best to let the transporter do his work. Obviously, it's up to the transporter whether he gets the right person killed or not, but at least he's not going to get himself killed on purpose, and will probably have a good chance at harming the enemy at the same time. Next up on the priority list is the doctor. Now, the doctor's not a very good role to bring back per se, but it's still useful. Bringing back the doctor means that you could have someone healed, although the enemy know who the doctor is and will probably have them killed immediately. Again, could have a self-heal, but without the ability to kill the opposite roles, it's not really that good an option to bring back. But it's viable. It's very viable. Just another doctor on the able to bring back ones is the Vigilante. Now, bringing back a Vigilante is not always the smartest move. I mean, to be fair, the Vigilante is a bit of an underpowered class in that almost all the killing roles are immune. So bringing them back is not the best idea. It's highly likely they'll take out another townie instead of taking out an enemy. But if you've got nothing else to go for, why not go for it? Finally, the last thing on the viable role to bring back is the spy and invest. This is really the bottom of the barrel, guys, in that, well, if you bring back the invest and spy, they may have a tiny bit of information gotten from dead chat. The spy might have gotten something in the mafia chat while he was dead. But other than that, there's really no other point in bringing them back. They'll practically die immediately because mafia want them dead again. And I don't think any bodyguard wants to protect them unless there's no other choice. So if there's a mayor around, they're just going to die immediately. Okay, now I have a list of things that you should never ever revive under any circumstances. First being an escort. Escorts are rather useless once they've died. Pretty much what I consider them to be is cannon fodder. They can't really help once they're brought back, and it's kind of a waste of a revival. Next, medium. Medium can actually have more use in the dead chat than actually being alive. If they've still got the seance, and the seance someone and give some vital information, that would be good. But if they're brought back, well, let's just say if they were going to do that anyway with their seance, there's no point in bringing them back. Sheriffs are widely considered useless. Pretty much, if you're going to bring someone back, it's probably halfway through game. They can't find the Godfather. It's not very likely they'll be helpful at all. Maybe it's the tiniest thing if you have to bring somebody back because you think you're going to die, but other than that, don't bother. Same for the lookout, really. Lookout's only useful if you know somebody's being constantly blackmailed, or if you know somebody's going to be targeted, and once you've brought them back, that person will already be targeted, so it's no point. Sure, they'll be grateful you brought them back, but it's not really a good use of a revival. Finally, veteran. The poor veteran. Once people know who a veteran is, they're probably not going to get attacked. If there's a dead veteran, it's highly likely they'll have used up all their alerts, so bringing them back will be useless. So, probably best not to do that. Okay, now that I've talked to you about that, I'm going to talk to you about what you can do as a Retributionist. Now, as it's a unique role, and it doesn't really matter if you die or not, you can claim it outright. As soon as you revive someone, just say, I'm Retributionist. If somebody else claims Retributionist too, you'll know they're lying. Splatter about your will that this person's lying, and hopefully they'll get trapped and killed as well. Now, if that doesn't happen, what you can do is you can try and take charge of the town. See, nobody's really going to argue with a Ret. You can try and ask them all to whisper their roles to you and work out who's the bad guy, much like a mayor could. Also, you can try and organise lynches against people, since nobody's really going to argue with you unless they're silly. And if anyone does, you can probably work out that they're evil. So there is power in your uselessness. Finally, investigators won't bother you either. Basically, when you investigate, you'll come up as 3 town roles, 1 of 3, so they're never going to think you're evil. So, just flaunt yourself around a bit. Be a pro-retry. Okay, that's everything I wanted to talk to you about the Retributionist today, guys. Thank you very much for listening. I've been Magnusword 2, and I'll catch you again. Have a nice day now, y'all. Bye!